He says that he has not been at Recycling Update in 15 years. So we will need to welcome back Evan Edgar.
I'm a garbage man. My name is Evan. It's a 12-step program for recovery. Are you ready for climate change? I don't usually come to RU, but when it comes to organic ban, I'm here. So today we're talking about the plan before the ban that goes global. Now, Nick is going to talk about all the laws about 1826 and the phasing of organics. Who has an 1826 organics plan in a city? Oh, there's one. April 1, it starts. Who's ready for 1826? Nobody. No enforcement. Nobody cares. Okay, that's a starting point. Are you ready for 1826? No. Are you ready for AB 876? Oh, what's that? Oh, that's 15 years of organic processing capacity to 2030. Are you ready for 15 years of processing capacity? Is CalRecycle ready? Nobody's ready. But look at those tons. Look at those tons. 8 million tons by 2020 of organics. That includes food, compostable papers, wood, green waste, and green waste ADC. There's a lot of greenhouse gas benefits to it as well. Now to 2025, there's supposed to be a ban. I want to talk about the ban. This is the plan for the ban. And the ban is 90% of all organics, residential, by 2025, and then get to 2030, you gotta have growth. So that is, I have a handout. Anybody wants one? I have a hand up if you need help. Methane. Are you ready for a war on methane? What is the global warming potential of methane? Is it 21, 23, 25, 84? It's going to be 84 as a global warming potential of methane over a 20-year period. Over a 100-year period, it's 21 to 25. But over a 20-year period, under the short-lived climate pollutants plan, it's going to be 84. Now, what does that quote say up there? Effectively and limit disposal organics by 2025. That's 90%. Where's Nick Lapis? Deborah Kaufman. We teamed up 10 years ago to start the war on methane and the war on landfills to not have landfills as a carbon sink. Do you know what a landfill is? A carbon toilet. So we got to get organics out of the landfills. So who has submitted comments to support the CARB plan on the draft strategy, the due April 7th? Has anybody submitted comments about banning organics from the landfill? StopWaste.org, NCRA, all the guys that want to ban organics. Has anybody came to Sacramento to support this? Yes. Oh, we have yes. We have Nick Lapis and me up there alone. Sometimes Stop Waste shows up to ban organics. We need your help. How many people are here? Do you want to ban? Are you ready to ban organics? Yes. Okay, we have a pivot point, Aliso Canyon, Porter Ranch. 100,000 tons of methane leaked. It stopped. It's going to be an 84 million mitigation fund in order to divert organics from landfills locally in the city of LA. What happened in the city of LA? They had a franchise for labor, zero waste by 2025, source separated organics, in order to transform the whole LA basin. Guess where the money's going to come from to fund that? This fund is to be 84 million about, and it's about 3 times the price shock to the city of LA in order to fund the whole new industry. I'm working on projects down there. I'm flying there tonight. So Aliso Canyon is a pivot point in order to get the global warming potential up to 84 and to fund 100 million of money for a mitigation fund, and it's going to change the whole LA basin. Up here, Bay Area does great on organics. In LA, it's a sad story. Okay, are you ready for 5 pillars? What are the 5 pillars? It's the 5 pillars of organics, because organics is woven between each and every one of the pillars. The governor tried to get 50% less diesel by 2030. Didn't happen, but it's part of his pillars. We got 50% RPS in SB 350. We got energy efficiency to double. We have methane mitigation with short-lived climate pollutants with a plan coming out soon. And of course, we have the Healthy Soils Initiative. The state of the compost is healthy, and compost ties it all together. We get 5 times the bang for the buck. It's the most cost-effective program around is composting and anaerobic digestion, whereby the food waste makes RNG and digestate for compost. And we are right in the middle. Where are we? Right here. A lot of money's coming out of cap and trade as a $2 billion fund. It'd be about $100 million for CalRecycle. About 61 will go to compost and AD. You got $25 million new money that California Energy Commission make RNG. You have $20 million at CDFA for healthy soils. $500 million at CARB. Now, CARB is stuck on fuel cells and electricity, e-cars. When you're a heavy-duty guy like me, and we're heavy-duty in a garbage industry with Class 7, Class 8 trucks, you can't run on fuel cells. We get off diesel. We're moving towards CNG. People are all fracked out about that. But CNG is a bridge fuel to RNG, where RNG is going to get funded by CARB for the first time with fuel incentives up to 70 cents per DGE gallon, and it's going to be $40 million there. Plus, we're going to work on 50 to 100 million in order to get off the diesel trucks, get to CNG trucks with a low NOx engines and extremely no NOx by Cummins and into an RNG play. It's a perfect time to be in the middle, and we need your help in Sacramento. Okay, I'm a very positive guy, but in Sacramento, I'm the carbon negative guy. I'm really carbon negative. I'm over here, minus 25. So by taking the food waste out of the landfill and mitigating methane, you make an RNG. We put it right back into the tank. I'm not going to steal the thunder of Doug Button from Blue Line. He's up next. But he's making carbon negative fuel today. In Atlas and Sacramento, they're making carbon negative fuel today. There's 15,000 trucks out there at Class 8. We can get them off diesel onto RNG with our industry and be a carbon negative play. That's what it kind of looks like. It's a closed loop, circular economy. Everything stays local. We're not on a pipeline. We're not on a grid. And we're not on a landfill. Imagine that. Are you ready for that? It's happening now. In Sacramento, it's happening in Atlas. It's happening at Blue Line. I'm taking it to Napa. Kevin Miller was going to be here from City Napa, Tim, but they got the next plant coming. We're a 25,000 ton per year facility, about 40 trucks, about 100,000 people. It's a sweet spot of community scale RNG play. And that's what we're working on. Now, the best part about it is that as part of going back to the 5 pillars, there's a scoping plan. It was updated, it's being updated right now. And as part of that, the administration is looking for 2030. And he's trying to sell it. How do you sell a 2-year update sooner than every 5 years? So as part of the Pillars program, he's put it into a new update that shows that we can grow that economy, that's the checker line going up, while carbon intensity is going down. So we can grow the GNP, intensity going down, so the ecology and economy are one. You heard about ecos, it's a Greek word. Ecology, economy, we're doing it. In fact, we're doing it so well, we have a seat at the table in Paris. When Governor went to the climate talks, California was a nation state, a subnational. He has a thing called MU2, 2 degrees CO2 per capita, in order to get all these nations before Paris to sign up for the California plan. The AB 30 scoping plan, cap and trade dollars, the new economy, low carbon, carbon negative, carbon neutral. So we're showing it. California as a nation state is going global with our plan. So we have a ban before the plan, 15 years. We have all this organics to make RNG, where our industry as a garbage man, we're going to get off-grid power, off the pipeline, off diesel, and off landfills by 2025. Are you ready? Yes. Thank you.
Do we have questions? Any questions? Okay, I couldn't have chosen. Did we have one? No.
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. As part of the Matt Cotton will talk about compost infrastructure, but it will take 100 facilities anaerobic digestion by 2020, about $2 to $3 billion, and by 2025, another 100 facilities for another $2 to $3 billion. So about $4 to $5 billion, 200 facilities over the next 10 years, and we want to use cap and trade money and all these incentives to do so.
Yes. Repeat the question.
How does AD compete against fuel prices? Well, we're off diesel. That's one thing. So we're not competing with a low price of diesel, but CNG is the cheapest it's ever. But what we do, the company sells the RNG back at the rack price, at the market price. We got to make up on tip fees, of course, to pay for the AD. So AD in the Bay Area goes from 80 to 110 a ton. In Napa, we're between 60 to 70 a ton as you get outside of the urban core. So the tip fee, how does it compete against landfills is a better question. We have an overcapacity of landfills in California. What we need to do is have a surcharge on landfills in order to raise more money for the infrastructure. That's what we need to do.
Exactly, yes.